on to the next key point or point of balance that we manipulate, and that's at the elbow. And this goes back to the mirroring that we talked about earlier. We talked about that center point in the xiphoid process, how it mirrors front and back. Well, it mirrors left and right at the elbow joint. So if he grabs me here on the shoulder, to break his balance, I have to move this point forward or backward, or any direction really, at a 45-degree angle. So to break this balance forward, I pull this forward at a 45-degree angle. Okay. To break this balance to the rear, I move this up and back at a 45-degree angle. Okay. So that's what I want you to work on now is this last point, and that's still connected to the solar plexus key center at the xiphoid process, or your solar plexus chakra. All right, thank you.
Okay, let's do a switch of weapons. Same thing, just manipulating with a little bit different weapon. Thank you for volunteering.
You're very welcome.
So, I have a certain technique in mind. So, how can I manipulate his body so that he helps me do the technique? This is another thing that you think about when you're off balancing someone. Talk about this one. If I wanted to throw him this way, doesn't make sense that I would do this. So you pick the off-balancing position that will aid you in the technique. Or, after you practice longer, you just off-balance them and see what technique they gave you by the way they reacted to your unbalance. Okay? So I happen to want to demonstrate a technique where he will be in this position. Strike here, right into the solar plexus. Okay? So I'm bringing him forward, a little bit of a pull here to make sure I keep that balance, and the cane comes over the arm and down. Okay? I love this because it's like they don't see it coming. It's just, they're here and they walk right into it. And I'm still here. Here. Over. Notice I move the arm. Over. Insert the cane. Bring the arm back. Sliding down. Where do we take the elbow? Okay. Normally we were dealing with taking the elbow in this direction. Doesn't have to be. It can also be from the locked position. I can take it at that angle. Here. Okay? Can you see it again? You got it.
Now maybe if you face that way, so that you do.
Okay. I'll turn this way. Okay, the punch comes. Here. I am moving off the line of the attack that we discussed earlier. Around, down, press home across the elbow, here. Pull, push. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, the next technique we're going to do is instead of trying to push this lead arm through, we're going to imagine it slipped off. It didn't work. Okay, so someday we're pushing. Oh man, I missed it. Where'd my hand go when I missed it, everybody?
Down, down.
To the other elbow. So if you resist me strong enough, it doesn't let me move this, don't let me move it. Okay, I can't get it. I'm just going to go to the other side. You don't want to give me what I want, I'll take something different. But I'm not going to fight force with force. I'm not going to sit there for 2 hours and push back and forth with you. I know that if your mindset is dead set on not allowing me to push this arm inward, your body is actually trying to move to what direction, everybody? To my left, correct? Which way am I pulling this other elbow? To my left. The way he wanted to go. Now it's up to me at this point whether or not I put pressure on his shoulder or I just drag him in or whatever you want to do. The secret is once you're pushing here and I do this, what I want is everybody to watch his body to stay like that, don't move. Okay, can everybody see him? This is the center, right? This is chakra we were talking about earlier. Okay, it's called the yellow chakra, right? This is the chakra we're working on. It's right where the solar plexus is. I'm trying to move that either this way or this way. And in simple terms in the martial arts, I'll show you what that means. Stand straight up. Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip. If I cross them, what does it make it perfect? An X. If I turn this into an upside down triangle, he has no balance. So all I need to do is make this X into a Y. Because now it's here. I have the 2 points down here that's upside down coming up to this one shoulder, correct? As long as he's in an X, it's going to be hard to move him. His symmetry is correct. So I'm going to move him into a Y. And that's all we're trying to do. So when he's pushing on me here, and I'm trying to get this arm and I can't get it, I'm going to pull this elbow, which is going to move this shoulder in the kinetic chain across and make it a Y. Does that make sense? Depending on what you want to do, you got a guide. We're going to be really careful with this next nerve point, okay? The mandibular angle, all right? Right here behind the ear, up in this joint right here, and I'm just going to see if we can make that cap. Okay. Straight up in. Let the ground be the counter pressure for the technique. Now, I'm not going to give up this arm though. So either I'm going to have to come across this way and do it with a finger, or I'm going to have to reattach this arm here and then come down into it. Don't give this arm up while you're trying to do it. This is going to roll and spin underneath you. This keeps it from spinning. I've got this shoulder completely contorted to where it cannot go back any farther. Your body's only meant to go in so many degrees of that angle. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay.
LegacyBelts.com is making legends one belt at a time. This is the company that makes world championship title belts for boxing, wrestling, martial arts, and other special events. Feature films such as I Spy starring Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson, and Ali starring Will Smith have featured title belts made by Legacy Belts. For more information, check out LegacyBelts.com.
LegacyBelts.com, making legends one belt at a time.
Taekwondo training, fellowship, and spirit. The U.S. National Taekwondo Association is your link to the traditional Taekwondo of Korea. We offer both national and world certifications. Our mission is to provide a fraternal organization for the promotion and preservation of Taekwondo as a martial art. We strive to service all needs of the traditional stylist from the highest level grandmaster to the beginner student. Enjoy the many benefits we offer. Grade and black belt certifications, instructor and master instructor courses, tournament insurance, success seminars, state, national, and international competitions, business support, martial arts supplies, monthly e-newsletter, and private training tours of Korea. Not only do we teach the best techniques, but Korean philosophy as well. We develop the complete mind, body, and spirit philosophy. Visit www.usnta.net to join today.
May I borrow you again? Tell me when you're ready. Let's go sideways. I'm gonna work a little bit of range of motion with hips and legs. Really good. Okay, as you walk in, just take a step forward and stop. Okay. One of the Tong Do things they teach is called it crescent step. Other styles teach by different names. What I'm going to come in, I'm going to use the range of motion here. I am going to have to step a little bit. I'm going to come in and put my knee right next to his. It change his center of gravity, like we've been talking with Grandmaster Hockey. They're changing centers of gravity. But I'm using the range of motion in my hip. Same thing other side. I go in and out. Or if I had to, if I'm here and he's in that position, my range of motion, if he starts to go front snap kick to my groin, I minimize my movement. I have maximized my protection as best I can. I'm not going to do this stuff. I don't want my hands broken. So this is going to hurt me, it's going to hurt him, but I didn't get kicked in the groin. I'm able to fight on, but I have successfully stopped his attack. Or other option is, if he draws back, he's got to shift weight back to there. Go ahead and do this. I'm minimizing what I'm using because all I'm using is this. You know, I can go either side. If he starts the big kick there, just so I catch it. If I got shoes on in case he's on the shin, he's going to notice. You know, we've inflicted pain. But we have minimized our movements and maximized what I'm doing with him. Now, I know Grandmaster Parkerwood was talking about the knees. Knee is basically an hinged joint. And it does have some medial lateral movement in and out. But if you watch pro football, how many of these guys have a torn ACL? Yeah, why? What's probably happened, the knee has either turned, the torque on the knee has exceeded the range of motion where the anterior cruciate ligament winds through the knee. Pop. Probably like a gun going on. And it hurts. I had one fall. Same thing on the other side. But that's why he was saying be very careful with the knee. You can torque the knee, twist the knee, and the range of motion there could tear an ACL, it could tear a cartilage, ACL, MCL. MCL is just another ligament in there you can live without. But the ACL is the one you have to have surgically repaired. So it is pretty devastating and hurts really bad. So that's part of the reason with that. Ankles, same thing. You've got some ligaments on the outside of the ankle. There's two main ones. Those are torn a lot. Or somebody sprains their ankle consistently, those stretch. They may have to go in there and tap them together and pull them up. Okay. Thank you. May I borrow somebody else? You. Okay. Let's turn sideways. Range of motion. Okay. If he throws a punch with his left hand, stop. Right. Go ahead and throw it. Stop. Go with your right hand. Okay. It's there. What range of motion do I have? Now I'm overextending. I don't want to do that. Go back. Okay, throw your punch. Get up here. Looks like you're going to hit me. If I get hit, it's my problem. I have used the range of motion shoulder, elbow, wrist, up. Bam. I can do the same thing if he tried. Now, I'm not going to try to block a kick with this. If somebody's got really big legs and super strong and good kickers, all you're going to do is get an arm wrestle. But I can, if I have to, if he throws a kick, I may just step up and protect myself. I'm going to utilize the ranges of motion that are available to benefit what I need. And I think as Grandmaster Hogger was saying, I'm not going to take his weight on. I'm going to let him come to me. That's kind of hard to do sometimes. As he throws a punch, step into the side, or just sliding over. If he throws a punch, throw it in my nose, you're moving with me. Throw it. As his punch goes by, or I go low, I have effectively minimized my movement. If he throws a punch, this is going back to what we were doing earlier, if he throws a hard punch, he's going to walk right by me. And what I want to do then, if I want to come in behind, he has set himself up for whatever I want to do. But the range of motion, like I said, and I'll say it again, we want to focus on range of motion, not necessarily the technique. Any technique works if it's the application is right. But we've got to think, why does it work? Why does it work? A little bit of physics, laws of physics. If he throws the punch at me super hard, law of physics, correct? You know, a body at rest remains at rest. A body that's in motion tends to remain in motion. If he's 6'4" and weighs 290 pounds and he throws it, he just went by me. I'm out of there. I'll do the fight another day. I'm not opposed to that either, because I've not gotten hurt. He looks like an idiot with a bunch of people standing around. Like I said, I'm going to get some chair, but we want to talk about a little more on legs, range of motion of the knee. Like I said, it's just basically a hinge joint. It's got muscle, you've got your quads, and you've got the calf. So we've got to use something. We have some flexibility. As I was showing, if somebody steps in, you can always do, call it, in Ponce Do, we call it a crescent step. I teach them to do this. Whatever we do going forward, we need to be able to do going backwards. We're not running, we're setting up something. If you've ever dealt with somebody sparring, here's what happens in the beginning. You end up looking like a chicken. You're just hoping he doesn't get you. We don't do that in a confrontation. We may move backwards. If he throws a punch, yeah, come on. Yeah, go ahead, have a seat. Thank you. So we're in confrontation. I may have to, I don't like the way he's standing, so what if I move back? From here, I don't have to worry about him hitting me or me hitting him. But now, we're up close, we're confrontation. He throws a punch. I can always go, I can go here. I would prefer, throw it again. I don't want to go here. Anybody tell me why? Okay. Go ahead, say where you go.
His other name tries.
Yeah. And two, if he throws it, he is extending he is maximizing his range of motion. So if I'm in close and he tries to straighten his elbow out and do an elbow technique, I've extended, basically did the same thing we're doing with third eye. We're applying it a little bit different. We're exceeding the range of motion here. If we're talking about the ear, orifice into the ear. I'm taking the third eye. I have gone to a point when he's starting to resist that range of motion a little bit, and the breathing works. Would it be permissible to bring a couple of chairs in?
Yes.
Yeah. If everybody, let's get enough chairs so everybody will have one. What I want to do is let everybody face each other.
I think we only have 7 chairs, so I don't think we'll have enough.
We can rotate.
Well, this one has stoppers on it. Let's go.
Make sure they have the rubber pads.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Also, the wheelchair.
Yeah, I want to face each other. Well, let's do this first. Go this way. Okay, everybody have a seat. You're on an airplane. No. 767. 777 got 4 in the seat, 4 in the center, and 3 on each side. Now, what if I'm mad at him? I'm going to be a terrorist. I don't like him. I've got a gun. It'd be a little hard to get a gun, but I may have a knife. It could be plastic. Not even probably an ink pen will do it. That's scary. But what if I take the ink pen from, I don't like you. Whatever I believed in told me I had to kill you. Now, what range of motion here do you think is best for your? First of all, I got to immobilize that.
Yes, I have to address the attack.
Okay, address the attack. Okay. You just taking my wrist past. Can everybody see? You just taking my hand. Let's say I do have a pencil and or ink pen is sticking out here, a big pen that's not one of the Cleveland, it's one of the old style that has just a little cap on the end of it. So he's fixing to torque my wrist and exceed my range of motion from my wrist. So all he's got to do is bring me on down. He's in control. So we're exceeding that. Everybody go ahead and get behind somebody and let's try. But think about, like I said, I'm going to say this again, range of motion. I know you know the technique, you've done these forever. But think about where are you going to get to a point when you exceed their pain threshold, which would be past their range of motion. The good Lord didn't lead us to be. So try and see. I don't like you. Whatever religion I believe in told me I had to kill you. You are an infidel. Oh, infidel died. Wrist lock. Grab your wrist. Here comes one of my cohorts in crime here. He's going to be. Just pretend like you got it. Something would happen claim to be.
Start twisting.
Yeah, think about it. When you did that, turn around, here's what. Yeah, look at his arm. Don't twist too hard. Watch his arm. Here's what you're doing. Okay, when you get to right there, you got a bone here. Let's look at it like this. You got this is the big bone. This is the radius. This is the ulna, and you're torquing. When you cross the region, it's fine. So what you're doing is just take it here. See how easy it is? Quick. Yes. Boom. Yeah. One of the neat things I think about Australia is size doesn't really matter.
So this one was what you have.
Doesn't matter for your blood stuff and all that big stuff.
That's true.
First, the guy is mobilized. If he's got this, you do that.
I kind of like what you
Yeah. What you got to do to get this stabilized. Then rotate it. Just think about it, this is, if he's got some sharp, it's in your neck, let's say his thumb, right? Now, you got a muscle, you got a condition. Yeah, you got a lot of it here, and you then you start. Right there, you can break his thumb, you got to push this, you can do that, break it here, like this. Right? Yeah. Here. That will work too. If they got female, you have female parrots.
You want this to hold over this way, so I don't go back around. Right? That works. Just one thing you've got to mobilize.
Reverse Nikkei.
The probability, unless it were a ceramic knot, you might accidentally get a ceramic knife, or it's like pottery.
Ceramic is made of the same material as glass.
Yeah, so
It's
it's
like
like
silicone or glass knife.
It's basically, yeah, basically a glass knife. But it can be sharp and very sharp. Unless they got some really good protection. The thing about an ink, everybody got ink. Yes, on the screw. Hey, you got ink. I've done that on the international flight. I forget the names. Hey, you got ink. Or the last part of it. So, readily availability for somebody on the plane to acquire, it doesn't, it could be a board, it could be a plastic board. They can use this as a plastic board, if they did, right? The artery, drugs are often, you'll bleed out, like that.
It's not a technique ones that maybe you can help me figure this one out, 'cause I don't remember exactly what happened, but when they've got the knife to you like this, they pull on the elbows so that they couldn't pull across.
Yeah.
They started the technique sort of like this, and then went to the range of motion. I'm trying to
If
remember.
it were here, I'd be really careful. Even if you lean your head back.
I'm thinking like they have the blade
Oh.
across you, the blade's sitting here.
Yeah, let me see that.
No, but you need the blade. Here it is.
I'm gonna lock onto it here. Come on behind, we'll just go really slow. So here, I'm gonna lean back just a little bit and lock. Okay, now try to pull up. You can't do it. Okay, so I can, I'm not gonna lie, you can, I can rotate. And as I rotate, I make it to the drop tonight. Rotate, I'm gonna do that. I want to immobilize this. I want to lean back just a little bit. Here. Now I'm going to come up here. All I want to do is lock it in. Now, okay, you can't try to, of course, you got the other arm, you can hit it.
I could, but my focus is on the fact that you trap my own, my courage, my little bit of courage is making.
Yeah, so I got it.
Okay.
So I can see, I've got to do it. I want to lean back just a little bit and create a little bit of space.
So block that in using your shoulder.
Yeah, if it rolls over, then what you can make them let go. Probably when you roll the hand over like that, they'll let go.
Yeah. The idea being, I guess, is that the knife blade, they got it across here like this way, and now they can't.
I'll show you one. This is dealing with pretty good range of motion. It's kind of an exaggerated one.
Taekwondo training, fellowship, and spirit. The U.S. National Taekwondo Association is your link to the traditional Taekwondo of Korea. We offer both national and world certifications. Our mission is to provide a fraternal organization for the promotion and preservation of Taekwondo as a martial art. We strive to service all needs of the traditional stylist from the highest level grandmaster to the beginner student. Enjoy the many benefits we offer. Grade and black belt certifications, instructor and master instructor courses, tournament insurance, success seminars, state, national, and international competitions, business support, martial arts supplies, monthly e-newsletter, and private training tours of Korea. Not only do we teach the best techniques, but Korean philosophy as well. We develop the complete mind, body, and spirit philosophy. Visit www.usnta.net to join today.